A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us from wherever you're watching tonight. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Of course, it's the Thursday edition of the show. We're going to be making brief stops all across the globe, talking sports. There's going to be football, squash, table tennis, and a lot more for you on the show tonight. We'll be talking about the World Table Tennis Federation Contender Series. We will also talk about squash in Nigeria, and we will look at football across the globe. The upcoming FIFA Women's World Cup will get our attention. We'll take a look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they prepare to, of course, secure a ticket to the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations. And so that's the outlook of the show. And of course, also in the English Premier League, the fixtures for the next season is out. We'll be talking about all of that for your viewing pleasure. As you already know, I'm not always alone on the show. My colleague, and of course, my co-anchor on the show, Austin Okonakwan, is ready for this ride. Greetings to you, Austin. Once again, feels good to take this jolly ride with you.
Spotty greetings to you, Yemi. I was looking out for you. I said, where is Yemi? I can't see Yemi standing by the screen. And I saw you sitting down there getting ready, to get into business. That's it. Shout out to everyone joining us on the show tonight. In London, I'm Austin Okonakwan. And Yemi, you know the conversation that is happening in London, the 2023-2024 English Premier League season. The fixtures have been done and juicy. Opening day we've got. I'd like to see what newly promoted Burnley can do with Pep Guardiola. That's if he still stays at Manchester City. Let's see what the newly promoted side can do. And your Arsenal will open their campaign against Nigeria's Taiwo Awoni's Nottingham Forest.
All right, it's going to be very, very interesting. And incidentally, Manchester City will be up against a team coached by their former captain, Vincent Kompany, will be leading Burnley against the defending champions, City. But also, we are not starting off abroad. We're starting at home. Let's talk about the World Table Tennis Contender Series, of course, in Lagos. The competition, of course, on this show, we spoke to critical stakeholders, and they gave us insights into how this year's edition is going to be, what to expect. But the story with regards to Nigerian players is that they crashed out as the main draws begin.
It's like encouragement and privilege for us here in Nigeria to hold this type of big tournament. I think it will help us. It will help a lot of home-based Nigerian players to have a point and to have more experience in the game. And secondly, I would say we still need a lot of WTT tournament both in Africa and outside Africa. We still need to attend more to be able to have more points and more exposure. Yeah.
I think it's the most difficult to play, but for me, I am very happy to be part of this event. I am very happy to play against them because these people, they are world-class players. It's another opportunity also to showcase myself. I've been away for a very long time, so I am happy. It's very competitive, I must say, but I am very glad we are the one hosting.
I played the World Championship in Durban last month. It was already a big event, and here the atmosphere is just great. I mean, we are not really used to have many people around us, supporting the players, and here you can feel the passion from the supporters, so it's really amazing.
My game is evolving. I'm working hard, and I'm working hard every day. In India, I'm training 2 times a day. But I'm really happy that I could get good results over here, and this tournament, can make me, if I am able to win more and more matches, it can improve my world rankings a lot, and which will help me to go higher further as well. So I hope that I can also come another time to Nigeria maybe next year. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so Austin, you could hear a cross-section of the players commending the organizers. Not so good for the Nigerian contingent, but of course also the players representing Nigeria also happy.
Yeah.
Of course, this competition came to them. Probably if it was somewhere abroad, we must have having issues of funding, technical issues, travel issues, and all that. But like anything Waido Shodi said the other time, one of the benefits of this is just bringing it to Nigeria and Nigerians, and it allows them to showcase their skills.
That's right. That's what the Contender series is all about. And you listen to some of the foreign players saying that they hope to improve their rankings at the tournament. It was also good to see Edem Offiong. And of course, Taiwo Mati, who it's quite disappointing that he's out, but there are positives in it. He's still young. He did well at the World Championships in Durban, South Africa. I was expecting him to consolidate, but that didn't happen. For the young guy, he's just 18. This is somebody who I saw, grow up with his table tennis, and I must say I'm proud of him. It's just that if you do well in your last competition, expect to, keep it going. But he will improve. He got at 285 points coming into this one. I was ranked 75th in the world. I like the fact that we won't be bothered about, is this player going to compete? Because we're going to have some of our players back home. Even if they don't go all the way here, the fact that they can see these top players compete, right there in Nigeria, it gives us another opportunity to look at things away from just competing and winning. Take a look at organization, we'll take a look at logistics, we'll take a look at even leadership of table tennis in Nigeria. So it's a good one. We'll continue to monitor the Contender series to see how it goes here.
All right, we will. Okay, let's bring Bolu Money into... Okay, Bolu's ready now. Greetings to you, Bolu. I think by now I'm used to seeing you on the other side. It took a while, but I guess I have to live with it. Greetings to you, Bolu. Thanks for being with us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Austin and Yemi. Not a good day for Nigerians and the WTT, but I quite agree with what everyone has said. More competition is one of the most important things, and this one especially would help you with rankings. 1 or 2 points. Hopefully we get to see things like this regularly, even if it's not the WTT event, even if it's the regular Lagos Open, tomorrow Ibadan Open, the next tomorrow Abuja Open. Things like this, events like this helps with the ranking. So hopefully we get to see more of this one. When I was seeing those games, seeing results, I was like, whoa, what's going on? But it is what it is. The better prepared team and the better team won. But it's a good exposure, especially for those that have not gone beyond the shores of Nigeria. Now they are playing with the best of the best foreign athletes. So hopefully it helps them to improve more next time.
Yeah, it does. And of course, just to add to what everyone has said, the International Table Tennis Federation is quite impressed with the turnout and the quality of the players that have shown up, the standard of the players that have shown, in terms of high-profile players that has, appeared in the tournament, that's currently featuring in this tournament. Let's listen to the Vice President of the Federation, our own Eniton Waheed Oshodi, speak his mind, and we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
The only way you can improve is to play against better people, to see how the best players prepare, how they play, and that's what we've tried to do here. 5 players from the world's top 20, training, practicing with our own African players here, and we're very hopeful that this would be another impactful tournament on our players. We've had to make a lot of concessions to bring in players from Africa here because the truth about it is that participating is expensive. Africa still has that problem, but we're very happy to see, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, these are strong playing nations in Africa, and we're happy to see them here. Of course, we know the Egyptians always at the top of the event. They will be challenging in the women's event as well. So this is what we need to do. We need to continue along this line to improve our players. The Nigerian players, we've seen it over the years, the rapid improvement in our junior players, Taiwo Mati, Jide Omotayo, now challenging with the world's best. The only way you can do it is give them proper coaching. And if you can't send them out. The best thing is to bring, all these international players here so we can learn from them. We're trying to, have it in form like of a series. It makes it easier if we can all plan together. Players will leave from Lagos on to Tunisia, and hopefully in the coming years, we're talking about Nairobi, we're talking Cairo, of course, Sharm el-Sheikh, fantastic venue for table tennis. We're looking at it, 2 or 3 venues in the north of Africa. Ghana is another country that we think can host here. So hopefully we'll be looking in another 2-3 years to be doing 6-7 events in Africa as part of the Africa series of the World Table Tennis.
One of the good things for tournaments like this bring to Nigeria is the fact that we can always get things right if we want to. And I'm always happy when we organize tournaments, competitions of high quality, and of course also being able to bring high-profile players to the nation is also something great, and I hope that Nigeria benefits. I know we could go on and on, but I have to yield the floor to my colleague. We also want to spend some time talking squash, but I also know he may have one or two things to say about tennis, table tennis again.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything Anyton Waido Shodi spoke about, Yemi. The exposure it gives to our players. For instance, Taiwo Mati, who I told our viewers is just 18, last month was at the World Championships in Durban. Gained exposure. He lost at the WTT Contender Series in Lagos to Patrick Franziska of Germany, who is the fourth seeded player at this competition and ranked 17th in the world. Massive exposure for Taiwo Mati, who is ranked 75th in the world. He will go back and have a look at that game and definitely be inspired, because sometimes winning isn't everything. Winning might, you just probably need the experience. You need the experience to go into your resume as an international table tennis player, and that goes a long way for all of the players representing Nigeria this series. We'll continue to monitor it and hope that it will lead to more development of table tennis in Nigeria. Let's drop the table tennis bats now and pick up our squash rackets, where the ongoing National Open, the Federation, they've confirmed that the championship will prepare players for next year's Olympics Games and other major international competitions. And that's what we're talking about. If you don't give players competition, are they going to compete with the best? And that's what the Squash Federation, they're trying to do with the National Squash Championship. It's taking place right there in Lagos. The technical director of the Federation, Yusuf Durosilorum, says that the event is an opportunity for Nigerian squash players to fight for world ranking points. About 50 players are currently competing in the junior and senior category. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's listen to the technical director of the Nigerian Squash Federation. They'll be right back.
Since we have been having series of tournaments, like this tournament now, we have received about 2 upsets. The juniors are playing senior. The juniors are beating the senior. So you can see that there is a progress. And the next program we are intending to do is to expose them to World Team Championship coming up in New Zealand. We are having a lot of grassroots programs. It's a kind of a succession planning. For the under 13, we have the under 13 group. Like in this tournament, we have under 16 and we have under 19. You see, our effort is all these under 19, under 13 to take over from under 16, under 16 to take over from under 19, and the under 19, we are already exposing them so that they can take over from the senior.
The more you play tournaments, it's not just training. The more you play tournaments, the more you get experience, the more you meet other people and the rest. Like, I've made so many friends from this tournament, just this short period of time, and every tournament, new squash players coming in, making fun. It's not just about the game, it's about how lively you can be with people and the rest.
These things start from each person's state, like individual states. If we keep on training, and also we have a lot of tournaments, whether closed tournaments or open tournaments. The more we play, the more we get improved. Because if you train and you didn't play tournament, I don't think you won't see what you're working on.
Nigerian squash players, Dominion and Ibukolua, reiterating the point that I stated just before we listened to the technical director. And Bolu, they were loud and clear. What's the point if we train and there are no competitions? Are you pleased with what the Nigerian Squash Federation seems to be doing with this National Open Championship?
I think the year 2023 is becoming more interesting with different federations waking up. Remember, we say it on this show every time. It's not all about the NFF. It's not all about the ministry. Local FEs need to step up. Federation presidents are going to step up. Bodies need to step up. Now we've seen enough tournaments. I went through the Sports Federation website, and between now and the end of July, they have 4 different tournaments they want to feature in. Like, you have to agree with Ibukun, there's no need training if there's no output. Remember, they will tell you in football, being fit because of training is completely different from match fitness. Now, the only way to get match fitness is to play different competitions, no matter how small the competition is. In fact, even if there's no money in this competition, if it helps with your rankings, if it helps with your mentality, if it helps with your improvements, I think it's good to go. So, and if you listen to what the president said, he mentioned that juniors, they're planning for juniors to take over from the seniors, from the underage, moving to the next level. It means, based on what he said, there are plans to move from one stage to another. I hope they follow through with all these things. Based on what he said, the future of squash in Nigeria looks very bright. This is one of the best things when I was in secondary school. Lagos City, my classmates, everyone, most of those that do sports in my class was all about squash. So it's always good to get back memories and know squash is doing so well.
That's interesting, Bolo. I like that you brought that in, because sometimes when you talk about sports in Nigeria, people talk football, then they maybe go to athletics, and if they want to stretch it, basketball. Not forgetting that we are so big and so blessed as a country to just be known with just 3 or 4 sports. So shout out to the Squash Federation. We'll continue to monitor everything they are doing. Let's talk about football now. They say it's the king of sports. Yemi is in Lagos. That's where the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been camping as they prepare for that Sunday encounter against the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone. So Yemi, you're in Lagos. I'll pass you the baton to run this race.
Yeah, let's take a quick details, some information slides before we go on a break, because we're pressed for time. But I want our viewers to see a couple of things right now, and it's on the screen. Match details. There you have it. Sierra Leone against Nigeria at the Samuel Kane Dose Stadium in Monrovia. The time is 4 p.m. On Sunday. That's when the game will be played, Sunday's fixture. Let's quickly see how our group looks like, Nigeria has played 4 matches, same as Sierra Leone, and what you have is Guinea-Bissau currently leads in Group A, and of course, after 5 matches, they have 10 points. Nigeria has 9, Sierra Leone 5, Sao Tome and Principe just points. That's the situation with that group as it stands. And a win for Nigeria, definitely we take Nigeria to the top of the group. And of course, let's quickly show you that before we go on that break, let's run through that list. Coach Joseph Pizarro has been defending some of the choices he had to make because, of course, he explains you can't invite everybody to the national team at the same time. So for the goalkeepers, you have their list. Adebayo Adeleye, you have Israel Victor. Of course, he plays in Israel. Victor Sochima, Rivers United. Olorunleke Ojo for Eyimba. Of course, the defenders, of course, regular customers: William Truce Ekong, Calvin Bassi, Kevin Akpoguna, Chidi Ebubeduru of Rivers United, Oluwasemilogo Ajayi, he plays for West Brom in England. Those are the defenders on the list. Let's move quickly as we can. Kenneth Omero, Saidu Sanusi, Bright Osayi Samuel, plays for Fenerbahce in Turkey. Midfielders, Joseph Ayodele Aribo, he plays for Southampton. Alex Iwobi, Divine Nwachukwu, plays for Bendel Insurance. Wilfred Ndidi plays for Leicester City in England. And of course, you have Frank Oyenka, the guy who plays for Brentford. For the forwards, of course, star-studded squad. Moses Seibert plays for Don, Samuel Chukwueze, Ademola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, the guys that made the list. Taiwani Awuni makes a return. Kelechi Iheanacho as well. Ahmed Musa, of course, the guy who's the captain of the national team. He plays in Turkey. That's the list. We need to go on a break right about now. When we return from that break, we'll digest this list. We'll take a look at what's likely going to happen. Then, of course, take some reactions from the players. Join us again. Welcome back. Of course, because we're pressed for time, let's quickly listen to Super Eagles forward, the hitman of the team, Victor Osimhen, what he has to say. Of course, he says the team won't underrate Sierra Leone. That's what everybody expects from them. Let's quickly listen to Victor Osimhen talk about the game against Sierra Leone on Sunday. come back for more. What's possible?
It's I don't know how to put it, but for me, it's this is how we grew up in Nigeria. You know, we know the settings and everything like that. And I met with the president. You know, we spoke about some couple of things. You know, the challenges and everything like that. And for what he has spoken to me, I said the vision in transforming. You know, not just the Super Eagles, the rest of the under 23, the under 17, the under 15. He has a great vision for the Nigerian football, and I'm really happy about it. And of course, the game on Sunday is a huge one for us. We cannot write off Sierra Leone because we saw what Guinea-Bissau did to us in Abuja. They are also a good group. Sierra Leone is also a good group. They have quality individual players that can execute the job for them. But just like them, also we have great team. We have great players individually, collectively. We are good. The coach is also good with good strategy, and we want to play for Nigerians. We want to win our fans back. This is the most important thing for us, because without the fans, I don't think we can really do so well. So we want to win the fans back. We want to get the ticket to the AFCON, and probably, if God will it, win it. But of course, the job starts on Sunday, and I think we have a good chance to get a ticket to AFCON.
All right, welcome back. Victor Osimhen speaking ahead of that game. Of course, we're still together. The guys are still there. My colleague Austin Okonakwa and, of course, Bolo Money. But also, let me come to you first. Listening to Osimhen calms the nerves. But usually, before a game like this, everybody wants to listen to the coach. We probably should have started with that as well. Yeah. And Joseph Pesero, as we're speaking to.
Mm-hmm. I like what you did. You know, it's good to flip the script, because sometimes we get tired of hearing from the coaches and their tactics and sometimes excuses. So it was good we listened to Victor Osimhen telling us that, look, we're not going to underrate these guys because they are Sierra Leone. And don't forget, in recent history, Sierra Leone has shown us that they can compete against Nigeria. So with what we've seen this team play against Guinea-Bissau, we're not going to come here, or if I want Super Eagles fan, you no, it's not going to happen, you know. And this game is being played in Monrovia. Sierra Leone might just fancy their chances. It's football where anything can happen. But before I let Bolu jump on this, let's listen to Jose Pizarro. He's also giving his reactions about the game.
But for each country, each match, I choose the best 19 or 21 or 23. Now I decide to bring Tayo was out, and Kelechi and Osimhen, of course, was out. No Oli Mofi, Onuachu, Dessers, normal, come with us. I don't know if I forgot some striker. No, I think no. But I didn't call Orban, I didn't call Boniface. We have many players, but I cannot call 10 strikers. No one team can play 10 strikers or 5 strikers. Play one or two. They sure we go to do our maximum every time. Sure, I demand for my players the maximum commitment, maximum effort for defender Super Eagles. This shirt is not easy. 220 million person, a good level in football. Very good players in Europe, very good players here in Nigeria. I think our national team is the team in Africa with more value. It's true. The story, he won in 2013 AFCON. Of course, it lasts 4 times. Only Super Eagles classified 2 times. Is it true? For that, you see everything. Everybody say easy classification. Okay, easy. But the last 4 times, 2015, 2017, Nigeria didn't reach the AFCON. 19 and 21. 19 finished in 3rd position. They must demand for us, the fans, but they need to stay tranquil, calm. We demand, of course, because you go to do the maximum for beat Sierra Leone in the way.
All right, Coach Jose Pizzo, let me go to Bolu quickly. I'll make a comment, and you feel free to disagree with me. You can say whatever you like about this man. He speaks from the heart. He is passionate. And every time he talks about his squad, he has an understanding of what the people want. So he's always commenting on why I didn't call this guy, why I didn't call that guy. I like all of that. But then again, because of the things we are used to and the experiences we've had, you just hope that whatever he's doing, there's no puppet master anyway.
Well, one thing is certain, I say it all the time, if a coach invites all the Brazilians, Spaniards, Germans, all of them together, we'll still complain about one or two things.
Definitely.
So it's a norm. And like he said, you can't call him on that part. Like they say, coaches live and die by their decision. And he talked about everything. And I have to agree with the part you mentioned, passion. Like I said last week, he was at the Super 6 all through, watched all games, taking notes, typing on his laptop and everything. Some said it's fake. Yes, it may be fake, but at least he's doing it. We can see it. He may implement, he may not implement. That's his job as the manager. So I like that he's putting his out. And remember one thing, naturally, if you are taking on Sierra Leone, it should be how many goals are we going to score? But I remember what happened when we were 4-1 up. The game ended 4-4. The second leg, we played goalless. When we won the first leg against them this time around, we struggled. We came from the goal down. So Sierra Leone shouldn't be pushovers. And yes, we are both playing away from home, but Liberia is just about 200 kilometers away from their country, like Nigeria that will travel for hours. So it's not going to be an easy ride that let's just follow through. I've heard people talk about let the home base play and win. Now, secure the bag first, win the game first, and let's see what's going on. So the team here, my problem with home base is most of the time, do we go for the best? I still think maybe one or two other goalkeepers the DPFL should have. But whoever is there, that's their chance, that's their luck. Whoever gets a goal between these guys, make sure you tell both Okoye and Ozo that I am holding this down. And the best thing we can get that is coach setting up the right players, the informed players, and the ones that will give us the delivery. Hopefully, the game against Sierra Leone on Sunday will not be calculations again, because a draw should be enough for Nigeria to qualify. But we want to beat Sierra Leone. We do not want to draw.
Definitely. Bolu just scared me talking about calculators. I thought that era was over. Hopefully we'll get a result. But let me go to Austin quickly. I know he has a thing or two to say about the coach. In terms of how press conferences go, I love listening to Joseph Pizarro. Of course, he's passionate. I love passion. In this area, in this sector, if you're not passionate, then you have no business being on the job. So I like the fact that he's passionate, but definitely he has to translate to results.
It has to, you know. I mean, I keep saying it. I'm a big, fan of passion also, but your passion must be profitable. Very, very important. And if he looks at the table, Guinea-Bissau leads, So, well, it's difficult. At what stage, coming from the AFCON, the way we crashed out of the AFCON, and then we missed out of the World Cup, and then we started losing games that we shouldn't even lose at home to get to this stage where we are. And then I like that he's still optimistic, I love it. That's the spirit. But I think the least Super Eagles fans expect from this team is each time they step out, they need to win. He did a great job explaining that it's difficult to call players. Bolu also did a great job explaining that he was at the Super 6 and wasn't just taking notes, he was using his laptop. So he saw Divine Nwachukwu, he saw Sochima, he saw Ojo Olorunleke. So when you invite these players, by virtue of what you saw them do at the Super 6, we're expecting that you play these players. We're expecting that you help them become better players, that you refine them. Those are the things I want to see, when they fight out against Sierra Leone. Don't act like it doesn't bother you. It bothers you, me, and even Bolu when we see the Super Eagles play small teams and they struggle. 10 years ago, we'll call ourselves and say, it ended 5-0 or 5-1. We scored one own goal, but we beat them 6-1. That's the Super Eagles we know. But I understand that football is changing, but when look at the stars everywhere at the moment. The Super Eagles players are doing so well. This season, they were very active. They broke records. The world stood up for Victor Osimhen. Bright Osai Samuel won the league with Fenerbahce. I've got a lot of players doing so well now in this team. So let's see results. Let's see results. That's what I want to see. Let's talk about the women now. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Gusso, he's been commending FIFA for the record prize money that they're going to put into this year's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. FIFA announced that countries will smile, and this means that each player from the Super Falcons will go home with $30,000 each from the group stage, which is so good because we like the fact that FIFA is giving the same sort of attention that they are giving to men's football. Ibrahim Gusso told Channels Television that he's optimistic that the Super Falcons will do so well at the World Cup. And he's also commending FIFA. Let's listen to him.
It's a plus for us because it's an encouragement to the players. None of them will want to take only $30,000. And then secondly, we are doing our best to ensure that we prepare them well so that they can achieve what they desired for Nigeria. And then we are doing, as you know, we organize a 4-nation tournament for them in Mexico. And then we'll also organize another 2-nation tournament for them in Turkey, in which everybody has seen the improvement between what happened in Mexico and what happened in Turkey. And now we are giving them the best preparation. They are going to start their campaign in Nigeria in the next 1 week. And then they will be in Australia about 16 days before the tournament, because we want them to acclimatize with the weather and to feel at home before the tournament started. So we are going to do everything possible to make them win the maximum prize for themselves. But even before that, we at the Nigerian Football Federation, we have even planned to make sure that we make them happy. But thank God, people have come back out with this initiative, and this initiative is good for us because it will motivate them, it will ginger them, and we are planning a send-off dinner for them before they depart for Australia, in which we hope to invite the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to try and see how she can encourage them so that they can be happy with her, and then to make sure that, so for them to know that all Nigerians are behind them, including our #1 citizen in the country as far as women are concerned. So we are doing our best, and by the grace of God, Nigerians will see a better outing for the Super Falcons.
So we'll hold the NFF accountable. The president, Ibrahim Gusso, has promised or pledged that they will make the Super Falcons happy. So we just hope that they keep to that pledge and then put the team into the right spirit as they get ready for the World Cup. And Bolu, we reminded the NFF last week that if FIFA gives the Super Falcons money, don't keep their money. Oh.
Well, first off, I like that the 30K goes straight to the players. At least that one is on the one side. And the other one, let's remind them again, it is not for you. It is for development of the game. And I like that FIFA making it clear, because the truth is, I say it all the time, without athletes, administrators are useless in quotes. Without football, there is no football administration. Without table tennis, there's no table tennis administration. So the most important piece in this game are these athletes. It means we need to take care of it. Yes, I like that he's saying interesting things. He said they'll try and get a dinner to have the first lady. It's a women's team. Having the first lady is also something beautiful. Beforehand, I've said it over time that if Falcons get a point at the World Cup, I'll be surprised. Now that it feels like everything is working in favor for them, money is not a problem. They say, you know, the local palace, when you hear money, not the problem. It means ginger comes, the motivation comes. Don't be shocked again this time if Falcons maybe double their hustle to progress to the next round, because if you qualify for the next round, I'm not getting 30. They're getting double of it. So now I just have to support the Super Falcons. All the best to them, and I hope Ibrahim Shehu will so follow through with all the ideas and plans. And even if there's no money coming from NFF, the money coming from FIFA is good enough to motivate them.
Yeah, that's right. So we're looking forward to the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup that will take place in New Zealand and Australia. The Super Falcons, they're getting ready for that one. We just want to wish them all the best. Let's get on with the show now. We'll stay right here in the United Kingdom. The 2023-2024 fixtures for the English Premier League has been done. And we've got some interesting opening day fixture. Yemi talked about it. Vincent Kompany, Manchester City legend. He's now the coach of Burnley. And what a way to welcome yourself into the league. You will be hosting the champions, Manchester City, on the opening day. Let's just run through some of the other fixtures. Opening day fixtures 2023-2024 Premier League fixtures. Burnley, I just mentioned, we take on Manchester City. Arsenal will take on Nottingham Forest. I'm looking forward to that one because Nottingham Forest show that they can fight to stay in the league. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going. Arsenal proved that they can compete for the title. Let's also see if they can keep the momentum going. Bournemouth, we welcome West Ham. Brighton, that was another decent team, qualified for Europa. Can they keep the momentum going? They will welcome surprise package for me. Coming into the league, Luton Town, a small town with a very small stadium. So if you were part of those who thought the Ivory Stadium was small, you need to come see this Luton Town Stadium. It's tiny, but you know they have the big dream, and they're right here in the English Premier League. Everton will take on Fulham. Sheffield United will host Crystal Palace. Newcastle will take on Aston Villa. It's Brentford against Tottenham. Call that a London derby, and you're correct. Chelsea versus Liverpool. What a way to start the season. And then Manchester United will host Wolverhampton Wanderers at Old Trafford. Let me go to Yemi before Bolu jumps on this. Yemi, this fixture, somehow, there's a way it really gets us talking. How did it spin? How did it happen that Chelsea will be opening their season with Liverpool?
Football is interesting, especially in the English Premier League, and it always gives us reason to talk. And, of course, this season will not be any different. A lot of mouth-watering fixtures. I mean, you would want to see those games yourself. Highlights wouldn't be enough. Maybe I should just look at this fixtures again, just like you said, Austin. It just jumps at you. Arsenal against Nottingham. Nottingham beat Arsenal towards the end of the last season. Everton, Fulham, of course, the one we talked about, Liverpool and Chelsea, Manchester United and Wolves. Wolves always finding a way to beat the top sides. We'll see. So these opening day fixtures, whenever the league starts, going to be very interesting, and hopefully we'll get to see the English Premier League in full flight. All right, we have just about a minute or two, but I want us to use it to talk on the transfer that has, caught everyone by surprise. Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid. It's no longer news that he has gone to Real Madrid. But of course, the question is, will he succeed at Real Madrid? If I count my fingers, I can name four English players that have gone to Real Madrid. And Jonathan Woodgate, Michael Owen, David Beckham, and all of them probably didn't do so well as you would expect. So let me go to Bolu quickly. Jude Bellingham, will there be a lot of pressure on the young man? And of course, I forgot the English, his name just escaped, Steve McManaman as well. Those are the four players that in recent times, have played for Real Madrid. But Bolu, will a button be on his shoulder? They're already calling him Wonder Kid.
Well, the first thing is the fact that we're in number 5. There have been 2 or 3 number 5 for Real Madrid that won the Ballon d'Or. That's on one side. Like you rightly said, English players didn't really do well at Real Madrid. But the difference now for him is all others came through to the La Liga direct from the Premier League. He's coming from the German Bundesliga and he's young. He's 19. One thing I believe Real Madrid and Paris are doing is to build for the next 10 years. Like they deal with the Ronaldos, the Ronaldo, Benzema generation. So I think it should be.
I hate to do this, but I have to. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I make you a promise. When next we're here together, we talk about Jude Bellingham. But now we have to go. So I have to thank you for your time on the show tonight. It's been fun doing this with you. We'll do this again next week. All right, and so that's the show today. And Austin, we gotta go.
We gotta go, unfortunately. But it's not about Jude Bellingham going to Real Madrid. Is he worth about $130 million? That's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, that's the show. Time not always our friend. We thank you for allowing us into your living rooms without knocking on the door. It's a privilege we never take for granted. We'll be back here again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.